Sam here, hello and welcome to the start of a series. It's not a serious series. In this video series, these videos, I will be talking about and going over the books that I have read thus far in this very strange year of 2021. I'm going to try to do a few months at a time, except for March. I read a large amount of books that month, so that's probably going to be its own video just to save us all some time, so nobody's sitting here for longer than maybe 10 minutes. So in this first video, we will be going over what I read in January and February. Books I read between January and February. I read 3 of Charlie H. Holmberg. I'm going to warn you now, I'm horrible at pronunciation. I'm working on it. I read the Paper Magican series I read were by Charlie H. Holmberg. Specifically by her, I read her Paper Magican series. I didn't read the 4th one, I'm not gonna lie, because it was about a totally different character and I love the characters that were in the first 3. So in that series is the Paper Magican, the Glass Magican, and the Master Magican. And in that, we are following our main girl, whose name is Coney Twill. And in this world, there is specific types of magic. So people become like bound to one type of magic. So there is a Paper Magician, like you would have guessed, a Glass Magician, so many different types. And Coney wanted to be, I believe, something to do with like gunpowder stuff. I can't remember the very specifics. It was, when are we filming this, in September? It was 8 months ago that I read this book. But you kind of see her get accepted into an apprenticeship that she's not necessarily excited for. And then things are kind of good for a while. She's learning, it's great. And then everything just gets thrown for a loop. The baddies show up. And they are not the nicest. And they are called the Excisioners. And they are, it says, a practitioner of dark flesh magic. It ain't pretty. It's really cool from a villain standpoint, but it's not pretty. And something happens to the master she is training under for her specific magic, and his name is Emery Thane. And so the first book kind of falls around how he is involved with those baddies and why they happen to be showing up at his door. And the whole series eventually revolves around trying to catch those specific baddies. And also there's a little bit of a love story in there. It was not a perfect trilogy by any means, but I did thoroughly enjoy reading it. I really enjoy Charlie's writing style and the way she executes uses of magic. Because I never would have really thought, well, you are bound to one type of magic, not that you have learned one type and you can learn another one. No, you are bound to it. That's it. You only get one. Can't double dip. So it's very interesting. So that was 3 of the 5 books that I read those 2 months. The next book that I read is The Never Tilting World by Rin Chupeco. Again, I am horrible at pronunciation, so I apologize for most likely butchering this author's name. I am working on it. So basically this world is kind of in, it's in disarray. There's a lot going on. Things are not fabulous. I had a little bit of a hard time with the story solely because there are four specific characters that it bounces back and forth between all of their point of views. And sometimes with books like that, it's just not quite as interesting because I don't really get a core focus or like a core feeling for who a character is, because you only spend so much time with them, even though they're supposed to be this big, important character. There is a sequel to it. I have not picked it up yet. I may pick it up later in the year. I know there's not that much time left. Potentially later in the year or the beginning of next year. I'm still a little bit undecided about this book in particular. But it also has two sisters. It's definitely an interesting read. An interesting concept, rather. It is an interesting concept, and I wish I personally had enjoyed it a lot more. But I would definitely recommend people at least check it out, read the synopsis about it, and maybe it'll be for you. Again, that was The Never Tilting World. And then the last book that I read, to maybe no one's surprise, was A Court of Mist and Fury by Miss Sarah J. Maas. I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost didn't read it. I had a very hard time kind of pushing through parts of Court of Thorn and Roses. It did not like Tomlin, and I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't like him. Not in this house. Not in this house. Full of nerd stuff. We do not appreciate him or his behaviors. So getting through the start of Mist and Fury was a little tough, because I was very kind of done with him and done with dealing with him. But if you are someone that has started ACOTAR and is feeling the same way that I felt, and is like, I don't know if I want to continue, I cannot recommend continuing this story enough. I so very much enjoyed what Sarah did in having these characters be flawed, and having it that there are mental hurdles that they're coming over, and it's not just, oh, well, everything's magically fixed and I'm okay because I'm the heroine of the story, I'm the hero of the story. No, these characters have flaws, and they are trying to navigate their world with these flaws, and also trying to navigate how to overcome them and be a better version of themselves. Get more into that, because I did also read more of the ACOTAR series, but little spoiler there. Yeah, a little lost for words at the moment, but that is my reads for January and February of 2021. The next video will be specifically about March, because I read many books that month, and I hope you enjoy this one. I'm gonna try to get better at making videos. This is only the third one I've ever made, so it is a learning process. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you on the next video. Stay well, stay safe, and drink some goddamn water. Bye!